Hello, my people. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good day, depending on where you're going to watch me from now. May the Lord Almighty bless you, bless your family, bless your children, bless the work of your hands in the name of Jesus. Today, your daughter, Sister Joma, is back again with another topic that concerns Anglican churches and Catholic churches in Nigeria, especially on our parents' title in the Church of God. So my topic says, is it wise to pay money in order to be awarded the title of Ezinne, Ezinna, and Eziada in the house of God? Brothers and sisters, you have the right to comment, you have the right to share, you have the right to like, but the only thing I will not like or tolerate is someone coming into my page to write what I don't know. If you think you don't like what I'm saying, please scroll down. No offense. Thank you. Listen and be blessed. So today we're going to deliberate on this matter that is affecting the Catholic Church and Catholic churches and Anglican churches in Africa, especially the Ezinne, Eziada, and Ezinna title, which needs to be addressed. Catholic churches started giving these titles of Ezinne, Eziada, and Ezinna title in the house of God. And you find out that for all these awards to be given or honor to be given to any of our parents, they have to pay certain amounts of money in order to be given that title in the house of God. So I'm asking, is it wise to do that? Is it wise to pay money in order to be given a title as a mother, father in the house of God? Or is this supposed to be done free of charge? For me, my answer is no, not to be paid kobo in order to be given that award in the house of God, because this house of God should not be a place of trade by barter. So it needs to be free of charge, because these are our parents who are suffering in the village, making sure that things are done in those churches. So I don't know why they should be deprived the right to be given such honor. And that honor should be, every mother, every father should be brought in the house of God, prayed for on that day. There must be a particular date fixed for that thing to happen, maybe given the award of Ezinne, Ezinna, and Eziada. And this, before you award those things, you should look at the people you are giving that Ezinne and Ezinna. You don't give all those titles to people who are not responsible in the house of God. Some of them are not behaving well. Some of them are full of wickedness. And you find out because maybe their children have money, that letters they normally send across will be given to them and they give to their children. The next thing you see, Eziada, Ezinne, Ezinna. These people you are giving this thing, for me, I believe that they should be examined and watched if these are genuine people coming to church, because some of them are not good. There are some men and women in the villages who give poison givers to others. And at the end of the day, they will be awarded that post, that honor or title of Ezinne and Ezinna and Eziada in the house of God. So I don't see the reason why it should be done. Before such title should be given to anyone, that person must have gone through screening to, make sure that you don't give the wrong people such title. Because Ezinna or Ezinne means people with good character. People has, represented the church so well in their character, in their behaviors, in the things they do in the church. And not just because maybe their children have money, you want to collect money and give them title. It has to stop. Eziada happens to be a very big honor to all the daughters that are born and brought up in a particular community or town, and they as well get married in that same community. So that is called Eziada. So it's an honor to, make them feel at home, make them feel happy that they are all being recognized as great daughters of the land. So it should not warrant money. Nobody should collect kobo, a dime from them. It should be done free of charge. Then our parents, that is called Ezinna and Ezinne. For me, before anyone should, get such title, the person must have gone through screening in the house of God to make sure that they are not giving it to a wrong person. You don't give all such titles to people who does not behave well. You see a woman who quarrels 24 hours with others, and you are giving her Eziada title, Ezinne title, Ezinna title. I don't know what we are representing. Do you hear what is Ezinne? It's something good. It sounds good. That is a good behavior that must have, warranted such title or honor in the house of God. So I don't see the reason why people should come to the house of God to have such titles and it will be given to them just because letters are being circulated around their families and they will pay either 15 or 20,000 and that title will be given to them. And the funniest part of it is that you see our people participating in that thing. What do? They do ashebi, they do a manner of group nonsense ashebi in the house of God. And this should not be happening because it brings envy, jealousy, hatred in the body of Christ. There are lots of people who are there because their children don't have any money. They cannot even afford the money to pay that money they normally pay in order to be, given that title. So you see them, they are not recognized. Nobody gives it to them. And it makes them cry when they get home. Because they've seen the exhibition of other women and men's children, what they have done in the house of God. So that is so wrong. It should be done in a way that if you want to give Ezinne and Ezinna title, it has to be for everyone. Just all the mothers. No money collected. And it has to be in the church. Pray for them. And they will go home. Then if the children want to exhibit their shebi or whatever they want to do, they can do that in their own various homes. Invite their friends that their mother had a title of Ezinne or Ezinna or Ezi other title today, and they need to honor her. Then or him, they will have to wear their uniform, snap pictures with their parents. That is so good. And not to be, these things in the house of God, causing problems here and there. Some people, because they cannot afford it, they sit like lepers in the house of God. Is it supposed to be? A house of God, a free place, that everyone should be treated equally. We now have preferences on people to be given that title of Ezinne, Eziada, and Ezinna. Because they have paid the money to be given that title. That is a very bad thing to do. We need to stop that. If they should continue with that title and collecting money from our parents, they have to cancel it because they're already blessed. These are great parents who have nurtured us from childhood till we grow old. We are getting old, and God, by his special grace, kept them alive in the life that they're living, and they're getting older. And they need to be honored and not to pay money to give honor to them. So we have to include everyone. There must be inclusion in everything they're doing in that churches. That's what I mean. You don't have to, underrate the poor and needy because they don't have the money to pay for all those titles. They cannot be awarded that same title that was given to those, the bourgeois. That is so wrong. Very, very wrong. You see them, they look at those people that are giving title in the house of God. The day they will be awarded that title, some of them will not even like to come to church. Because their children they don't have the money to pay and be given that title. But if you make it to be general, that everybody will be given that title free of charge, it becomes an honor. Those people they won't even feel bad. Me, I stand for the poor. I stand for the needy. I always stand for them. I don't like when people are being exploited for nothing just because they don't have. So we should try and accord respect to the poor and needy in the society. It is very important because no one knows tomorrow. You come to house of God when they're doing that title, when they're doing those Eziada, Ezinne, and Ezinna title, you find out that all manner of ashebi from various families. What are we celebrating? What are we ashebing in the house of God? Christian mothers and fathers used to have white that they wear, but they will keep it apart. Ashebi everywhere. Their children will wear all different designs of wears to come and exhibit their nonsense in the house of God. I do not say it's not good. It's not good. It's good, to appreciate our parents. But don't do it in a negative way that it will affect those who cannot afford to, wear all those things. We need to be careful in whatever we are doing. So I will urge our Catholic priests, I will urge our bishops, the same way I said in my last video. I need to urge them to please look into this. If Ezina, and any other title should be given in the house of God, it has to be free of charge without any money. Because all these parents who are giving all these titles, some of them have been in that church, suffered for years, cleaning the church, doing all manner of menial jobs to make sure that the house of God is being kept clean. But nobody recognizes them because they don't have money. But the ones that are giving those titles becomes the bourgeoisie who comes from a very rich homes. And that is, let me tell you, is discrimination. It's not good. We don't need to do that. We discriminate among the poor and the rich. That is so wrong. If you are rich in your home. Don't exploit people in the house of God because you are rich. You have to come and pay for you to be given an award of what you don't know. Most people have that award of Ezina, and they are so evil, devilish. And those titles should not be given to them because they are not living an exemplary life. So why should such title be given to them? Before such title should be given to anybody in the house of God, they have to look at that person and make sure they train the person. Make sure that that person is a good person, kind-hearted soul, not the one that give person in the village and you come and give them title. You are giving them Ezina, and you know who they are. So that means you are now promoting evil in the community. So my brothers and sisters, I think it is important for us to talk about this, think about it, and know what to do. Let's stop this. Our bishops, our reverend, our vicars, they have to look into this and curb this situation before it becomes too late. Because it's causing a lot of problems. Some people will do Ezine and Eziada, Ezina, and they'll begin to disturb their children to the extent that their children will get so angry, calling their children from all sorts of fly wherever they live, they're giving me Ezina. One of them I know just went into the church and said she's going to pay so amount of money. If the children come, they will refund the money. How can you go and pay money because of Ezina or Eziada or Ezin after paying the 15,000 naira that was they were requesting for the title? You still went and promised that you're going to pay 70,000 naira for the Ezina. What for? What is it for? There are people who are hungry. Give them money to eat. And not for what I don't know. And Catholic church and Anglican churches are not the churches where people, spend lots of money. No. When they need anything, they can call us. Maybe we that are abroad, if they tell us that there are projects in the house of God that needs to be, to be done, we can support in our own little way. And not taxing it on people who are old. You see some of them, they develop sickness that they are not supposed to develop because they do not award them the title of Ezin and Eziada. These are old men and women. They don't reason like us, the younger people anymore. Their reasoning has changed. Some of them behave like children. So we need to treat them with caution. When you are giving your Ezine and Eziada title in the house of God, be careful. Be careful. All those titles you people give, even armed robbers will come home and they will give him Eziada, Ezine, an armed robber who rob people. And you people know that he's not a good person. You are giving him such title. I don't know whether you are giving him such title to promote the evil he's doing. So before you do all those titles, make sure they screen the person. If the person is not in position of having such title, it should be cancelled. And has to be done free of charge. Fix a date that this month, 17th, we are going to do award the title of Ezina and Eziada tab today, So all this family, but you group it. The group 1, group 2, group 3. The first group we do, maybe next month you award for other group. Or if you want to do it, just let all the men and women come to church. You are going to bless them that day as a reverend father, bishop, or vicar, or kochuku. Just you make sure you pray for all of them. It has to be a general thing. Please include others. Let inclusion reign. We don't have to, discriminate for nothing. Because you see that this person's family have money, you begin to disturb them. Can't your children, help to give you the award of or the honor of Eziada or Ezinna? All these things are ethnicism. Don't cause problem in the house of God, making people to do things they're not supposed to do. Because some of them, at the end of the day, because they did not get that title, you see them become more wicked. Because they cannot afford the money to pay. They become more wicked. But if you can make it free of charge, no problem. It's so nice. That is to honor our parents. But please, before you start saying that is in Eziada or whatever they call, there are people I know for something years, 50 years, they have gotten Ezinna. Ezinna is supposed to be our elderly fathers, great fathers who are old. They must have worked in the house of God for years, and there are lots of good things they've done. So when you're honoring them, it has meaning. And not because that person have money, 50 years or 45 years, you say, you come and have the title of Ezinna. I laugh. I was in Africa, just when I saw all this, I was laughing. I said, what is this? When truth is no more spoken in the house of God. All the things that needs to be, done, nobody is doing it. You give a killer, kidnapper, armed robber, you are giving him the title of Ezinna. Now, wow. We need to know what we are doing to save lives, to save envy, to save jealousy in the house of God. We are the one escalating all those things. We need to be very careful. We need to be careful. So I urge our bishops and priests, please look into this topic today and you understand what I mean. I did not come here to make a noise. I only came here to air my views, which I believe it will go a long way to, help in making sure that we do not make no mistake in what we are doing. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord beautify you. May the Lord cause his face to shine upon you and your families in the name of Jesus. I remain your sister Joma. You see me once again next time. Remain blessed and bye.